Okay, so welcome to the session today. Well, the session today is called Reset and Restart Stop. Actually, this comes from a continuation of something we did last week, and I'm going to go about into that. And for those of you who have not been here before, don't worry, you'll have catch-up time. And the the session itself, the way it works is it it starts with something that creates what we call trailheads or breadcrumbs for your mind. And then in a group exercise, we go into that and then bring something out that needs your attention, immediate attention. And then that starts to work for you. And from that attention, from that wisdom, from that inner knowledge, we then use tuning forks, biofield tuning, as a way to go deeper into it, resolve any stuff that comes up, unresolved stuff, and then we open up for reflection, question, answers. This is how typically a session goes. Okay, so just to tell about last week, so we actually started about one last week. Well, the story was very simple. We all do our New Year resolutions or goals and visions, and basically, very quickly, we miss them out. And there's a reason for that. And so, what I wanted to do is to establish in a four-step model where you will set vision or goals for yourself in the first step. Second step is to actually stop doing things that hold you back from that vision. uh, which are not easy to stop. That's why you don't stop them. And this is what actually we're going to do today. So what we did in the previous session was to make sure that there's a vision and try and link it or get attached to it. That's what you would have done in 1 week. The second step is stop, which is what you are going to do. And then there are two other steps which we'll do in the following week, which is one is to continue. So there are things that you do very well. And if there are doubts, fears, etc., we take them away to help them reinforce because these are good things. These are things that you've established and they're good for you towards your goal. And the last step we will do is to start new. Now, the reason we go into this sequence is till you do not create space, there cannot be a place to bring something new. And one of the classical mistake we do Einstein had that famous saying, trying to do the same thing and thinking of different result doesn't bring different result. It's called absurdity or stupidity. So the idea is to go in that step-by-step process, establish or set up, stop doing things, and then continue doing things which are actually working for you, reinforce them, bring them into strength more than what you're doing now, and then start new things. So let's go into the topic of today, which is stop. Now, don't worry if you're coming first time. As I said, you will have time to prepare. Now, I ask you to come prepared with two things, basically, if you're coming and if you saw the message. One is your vision statement. And if you came last time, you would have already done it and even practice it. But if you haven't done it, it's okay. We will have time to do it, something before we get into the stop process. Now, I want to give you some guidelines about stop as well, okay? And the guideline is when you're going to make the list, and you could have probably already done it if you worked a little bit before, but there are things that are I find very frequent in the people I work with, is that when they say, well, I'm going to stop, it's either too superficial, which is very, very high level. Oh, I'm going to stop. For example, classically, I will stop to being around negative people. Now, this is too generic, too superficial. Uh, when you say I stop to be interacting with X and Y, then it becomes very specific. Okay, so when you're thinking about stopping, it has to be in your environment. An environment is made of people, it is made of places, and it's made of activity, things you do. And there are always those three things in your environment. So what I want you to do is to think about that. Okay? So think about your vision. If you haven't done it, take a moment and write about your goals for 2022, December 2022. What would you like to achieve? And if you've already done it, it's already written. Now, take some time to write the vision. If you've already done it, it's okay. Don't have to redo. And the list of things that you would stop. Again, two guidelines. It has to be around your environment, which is people, places, or activities, things you do. And it has to be specific. So take some time, and if you can write them down. Now, if you can sit up straight, if you want, you can close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. Just focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in and follow your breath into your heart. And breathe out and follow your breath out. Now take another deep breath in and breathe out. And take another deep breath into your heart. Follow it. And breathe out. Now imagine you are in a garden. And imagine that as you look around, you find things around you very dull, gray. Everything around here looks very sad. Then as you look up, you see a stream with a bridge. And on the other side of the bridge is a beautiful garden with colorful flowers. The sun is shining and everything there looks happy. And you walk across the bridge and go to the other side. And as you cross over, you see there are beautiful butterflies all around you. The sun is shining and you feel the warmth of the sunshine, healing energy into your soul. And as you look back, you see the other side of the bridge and you see the bridge collapsing and the other side fades away. And now you're in this new place. In this place, your future exists already and is coming to you. Feel the presence of divine. Feel that the universe is open to listen and is there to support you all times. Asking empowering questions helps you to become clear about your future. Ask these empowering questions. What gift am I to give to this world? What idea is the universe seeking to express through me? What are the things that hold me back or slow me down or even push me in different directions? Listen to the inner voice. Listen to the answers that emerge. See with the inner eye, feel with your heart, and now allow it to articulate itself to you. It is not in the future, it is speaking to you right now. What gift am I to give to this world? What are the things that hold me back or slow me down or even push me in different directions? Listen to the inner voice. At the count of three, I will ask you to open your eyes and start to list down or rewrite or change the things that you're going to stop doing. One, two, and three. And you can go back to the paper you wrote in the list and see if you want to change something, add something, tune something, or the things you should stop. Take a moment. Now take a moment to read what you have written. Read your goals, vision. Read the things you're going to stop to do. The list you've done. In a moment, we are going to connect to that something that you are going to stop to do and go deep inside and understand what can help you to really stop to do it. Now just settle in. See what is needed by your body to be comfortable, to be soft, to feel settled in. You can keep your eyes open or soften your gaze. You can put one of your hand on your chest and just notice your breath moving in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower and deeper than usual. Find an easy rhythm that's comfortable for you. And allow the breath to be slower and deeper with a rhythm that is effortless. And as you breathe effortlessly, you can inform your system is working in your leadership effortlessly. Now think about the things you wrote that you would like to stop. And choose one that springs up as most important for you. You may see an image or sensation in or around your body. Focus on that one thing that is coming up with the loudest inner voice. Notice if there is any discomfort, any tension, tightness, or even pain in your body. And if you can give some attention to it, there might be parts there that might need some of your attention. So I would like you to make some space for the thoughts and your emotions. And I'm going to invite you to take a little longer to just be there with your body and all the sensations that are there. When we do it as a group, even remotely like this, there's a lot of self-energy, courage, and compassion for working within. And I'm just going to invite you to take a little longer to be there and make an invitation to any part that would like themselves to be known to you, that might need a little attention from you, and that you are annoyed with, or even hate, or you're afraid of. So when you have such a part in mind, just stay with it and focus on it and find it in or around your body. And if you could find it, then it's that place in your body that serves as a kind of anchor point. And as you notice it there, also notice how you feel towards it. Did you have a relationship with that? And if indeed you didn't like it, or you're afraid of it, just see if those parts of you could relax a bit so you could get to know it, and it might have some surprising things to tell you. In other words, see if you could be just mindfully curious about it. And if you could get to that curious place, just ask it what it wants you to know about itself and wait for an answer. Don't think of an answer. Just wait for an answer to come to you from that place in and around your body. Are you getting what it wanted you to know about itself? ask it a question. What belief does it hold about you or life in general? And just wait for an answer to come to you. And then another question would be, ask it what it is afraid would happen if it didn't do this job inside of you. And again, wait for an answer. Don't think of an answer. What is it afraid would happen if it didn't do this? And inquire further and say, and then what happens? And let it respond. And if you got an answer to that question, then it told you about what it is protecting. So if it is possible, extend some appreciation to it or compassion for it and just see how it reacts to that. And then ask it if you could heal or change what it protects so it was free from this responsibility, what would it like to do instead inside of you if it was truly liberated? And wait for an answer. Another question you can ask is, what needs to happen for this part to relax and be less present? Wait for an answer. question for you. What wisdom or insight are you getting? And then thank the part for letting you know whatever it did. And when that feels complete, just follow your breath back. Begin to slowly open your eyes and be back here. Now I want you to take some moments and write down any inner wisdom, anything that came through. Take a moment. Now we are going to take the next step, which is going to opening of the biofield. So what I want you to do is to just take a moment to connect to your vision, the purpose, the goals. And what we are going to do is we're going to work together using tuning fork on your biofield to take away anything that holds it back. And the way it works is the following. You will stay in a comfortable position. And if you imagine your body like a electromagnetic field torus, I'm going to start by opening your two centers, the one which is on top of the head and the one below the feet, so that there's a flow with ease into your space. And then, because today we are working with what is called your purpose, so we're going to work on the third center, what is called the solar plexus. Okay, so, and I will of course guide you. Now, one of the things that you're going to do is breathe. There's a specific breathing that is there, and I'm just going to demonstrate so you know what it means. And you will always hear me. I will tell you, take a breath, and then only you'll do. So the way the breathing works is you take a breath with your nose, and you fill up your belly. So imagine the breath is coming from your head into your heart, into your belly. You fill it up, and then you breathe out from your mouth, as if you're flowing the energy through your legs into Mother Earth. So you're breathing into your belly and then breathing out. Okay, so that's a breath. So just keep doing this way whenever you hear me. Otherwise, you're going to hear the tuning forks. Okay, so I want you to just settle in, be in a comfortable position. You can sit down, you can lie down, both are okay as long as you're comfortable. And just connect to your vision, connect to your what you want for yourself and anything that came up today. And I'm going to start. So just connect to your vision, to your affirmation. And the first thing you start is below the feet. So it is this what is called the Earth Star, the center below the feet. So it opens your link to Mother Earth, so that's where you go. Okay. So first below your feet. So I'm below your feet, pointing this tuning fork through your, as if pointing towards your backbone. And it's passing through your backbone up over top of your head. So opening that channel from below to the top of the head. So take a breath. So if you feel any sensation in your stomach or above, just take another breath. Take a breath. So connecting you to Mother Earth. Take another breath and I'm going to ground you now. So this is grounding to Mother Earth. I'm going to open the one which is above the head. So this is linked to the divine or to the higher self. If there is anything blocking, we'll open it up. So now I'm about 1 feet above your head. And the sound is pointing to the top of the head and going through the backbone, through the legs, into Mother Earth. So the sound is going the other way around, opening the channel from the top. Take a breath. If you find any resistance on the head, just see it dissolve. Okay, take a breath. Okay, so now we're going to work on the third center. So the third center is in your solar plexus. So it's at the pit of your, just where the ribs below, just there. And I'm going to work on both sides, so the left side and the right side. Now, solar plexus holds everything about your self-esteem, the personal power. Okay, so where we lose strength, power, and become powerless, either because of something going on with the mother side or mother-like figure, or on the left side, on the right side is much more about into anger, into relationships that are not going very good. Okay, so we are going to work on both sides. So I'm going to start on the right side, and if something comes up, I will tell you, and you bring it up in your head, whatever comes up, okay, and we just dissolve it. So I'm on the left side, sorry. So this is where you lose power or feel powerless, including relationship with mother or mother-like figure. Okay, so something coming up. See whatever comes up for you. Yeah. So hold that image, hold whatever comes up, and stay with that. I'm going to switch to another tuning fork to cleanse it, to release it. Take a breath. Another breath. That became better. Okay, something else coming up. See if you are, it's about where you felt powerless. I think that comes up. Yep, there's a lot there. Just connect to that, whatever comes up, event, images, pictures, emotions. Stay with that. Take a breath. I'm just going to go with the others. Tuning fork to dissolve it, you stay with that. Whatever that came up. Another breath. Became clearer. So I'm just on top of your solar plex now. came up and collected. Another breath. I'm going to go on the right side, still on the solar plexus, and see what comes up. Yeah. Okay, so see if anything around either father or father-like figure comes as a stress, or as a, it can be in form of anger or frustration. Yeah. Father-like can be somebody in family, but also a guide or something. Anyway. Take a breath. I'm using the other tuning fork to clear. You stay connected with whatever came up for you. And I got cleared. Okay, so now I'm on top of the solar plexus. Take a breath. Another breath. Okay, so now I'm going to release it out. Take a breath. Just take a breath and stay for a moment. I'm going to surround you with another. So see yourself be cocooned by this frequency. All your body. Just stay there for a moment. So we are going to be back in 1 week on the third step, which is called continue. And of course, you are welcome to join the WhatsApp group and the Telegram group. Now, before you go, I have this one thing, which is the 7 days, what you're going to do. And what my recommendation is, you start every day with start with the writing your goals, and then you list down the things you wrote today, the start and the stop things, okay? And do the meditation, and which is to help you identify, because the meditation is very specific. It will actually make you pick up one of the things that that is in your list, stop, and either you change it because it's not relevant, or actually you you make it real, because that's what it is doing. It's making sure that the stop sticks. And you repeat it for 7 days, and you can do with any of the thing in your item list, because what it's going to do is to bring you a lot of insight, and you can then come back to the next session where we are going to do about continue. So we will have the vision, the stop list, and then we will start to work on the what are things you want to continue, and then go to the next one, which is what are new things to stop, okay, to start. So that's what I would do. So I will also post this into the group as well. And I wish you a beautiful working every day.